The galaxy is at war. Enemies oppose from within and without. I have exacted dark vengeance upon my enemies, and witnessed the arrival of this dark imperium, but my resolve never wavers. I am a son of the Lion, descended from the First Legion, a weapon against the enemies of the Imperium. I am Master Balthasar of the Dark Angel's 5th Company, and my enemies shall know fear.
Welcome whanau to this 100 power level Warhammer 40k battle report. The first battle report for 2020 and mission 1 of a 3-part narrative campaign titled The Fall of Balthasar. Balthasar has been in command of the 5th Company since I started playing 40k in 2014, and I felt they did him no justice with an off-screen death. So this campaign is looking to rectify that. We'll be playing over the next 3 weeks to determine the manner of his death. We'll be deciding if he dies a mighty hero praised for years to come, or forgotten and his name removed for the shame that he brought the chapter. We'll be playing the Planetfall mission from chapter approved 2017. The Crimson Slaughter have brought an invasion fleet to the Dark Angel's recruitment world of Ignis, intent on wiping them out. Master Balthasar of the 5th Company leads the defences and rallies a small force stationed here to weather the storm and repel the enemy no matter the cost. The attackers must not rest until the world is theirs. So we have 6 objective markers on the battlefield. 1 here, 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 and here outside. 3 victory points per objective marker held by the end of the game. The Crimson Slaughter are going to be storming in from the battle edges. I have spent a command point to deny them 1 edge to come on, so we're simply holding off until the end of the game to determine victory. The Crimson Slaughter have made 8 Planet Storm attacks onto the defenders here, who have been garrisoned within this Fortress of Redemption and the Imperial Bastion. The fortress has taken 18 wounds out of its 30 wounds. The Bastion has taken 15 out of 20. But our defenders are still stalwart and ready to defend against the forces of chaos, defend this recruitment world with their lives. So we'll kick in the first turn of the Fall of Balthasar campaign. Crimson Slaughter going to bring in their forces and make the attack. But before we go into that, we'll take a closer look at the armies that we'll be playing with today. We have 70 power level of Dark Angels, a Planetstrike Defender detachment led by Master Balthasar of the 5th Company. He is equipped with a Heavenfall Blade and a Combi Plasma. We have a Master in Gravis Armor with a Power Sword, and we have a Lieutenant with a Bolt Rifle. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads with bolt rifles and 1 10-man tactical squad led by Sergeant Lazarus. We have bolt guns, las cannon, and a plasma gun there. We have a 5-man veteran squad, all 5 equipped with plasma guns. A dreadnought with an assault cannon, smoke launcher, and a storm bolter with a dreadnought power fist. A Primaris Ancient with a bolt rifle and the banner there, Banner of Caliban. And we have a 5-man Devastator squad. We've got 2 with grav cannons, 2 with multi-melters, this guy with a combi melter, and a 5-man Hellblaster squad with 5 plasma rifles of some sort. We have 100 power level of Crimson Slaughter Chaos Space Marines led by Lord Crannon the Relentless. He's armed with a plasma pistol and he also has the Murder Sword equipped. His warlord traits are Master of Timing, reroll 1 failed reserve roll each turn, and Eternal Vendetta, reroll failed wound rolls in the fight phase. Oh, that's a tongue twister. He's accompanied by a Demon Prince with wings and malefic talons, and a Chaos Terminator Lord with a power axe and a combi bolter. We have a 10-man unit of Possessed with horrifying mutations. We have a 5-man Chaos Terminator squad with combi bolters, Sergeant there with a power maul and a Reaper autocannon. A 5-man Chaos Chosen squad, Sergeant there with a power maul, guy back here with power axe, twin lightning claws, bolt guns and power fists. And a Hellbrute with a multi-melter and a Hellbrute fist. We have a 3-man Chaos Biker squad, twin bolt guns on all the bikes, and this champion with a power fist. A 5-man Raptor squad with bolt pistols, chainswords, guy back here with a melter gun, and a champion with twin lightning claws. And the 2 Fly Brothers with mutations. And to top off this Planetstrike Attacker Detachment, we have a Chaos Land Raider with 2 twin las cannons and a twin heavy bolter, and a Forge Fiend with 2 Hades Reaper autocannons. Alright, so here's how the table's looking. End of movement phase for the Crimson Slaughter turn 1. Raptors on, Land Raider with 10 Possessed embarked inside it. Forge Fiend, Demon Prince, and the Bikers. They've come in from the direction I was expecting them to come from this way, so it's kind of thrown us. All these guys looking like they are embarked on the building are not. They're hiding or garrisoned inside at the moment, but that will change swiftly. We're looking to protect the objective markers scattered around our defences, hold them off from the Crimson Slaughter. So Crimson Slaughter shooting phase, we'll see what happens. So the mighty Forge Fiend activating its Demon Furnaces, opening fire with the Hades Reaper autocannons into the lone Dreadnought here, protecting Objective 5. 3 hits. 2 3-up saves required for the Dreadnought of the 5th Company. 1 made, 1 failed. 1 damage. 2. Chaos Land Raider was going to shoot into the Dreadnought, has opted to shoot instead into the Imperial Bastion, knowing that all its armaments are locked and ready to fire next turn. So 4 shots from the twin las cannons hitting on 3s. Yep. 3 hits.
Command point, reroll this.
4 hits. So 4 shots onto the Bastion, wounding on 4s. 1 hit. D6 damage. Oh no. Land Raider is going to shoot into the fortress. There I've just advised my opponent, just fair play of the degrading profile of the fortress compared to the Bastion. Bigger threats here with the heavy firepower on it. So he's going to shoot in there, hitting on 3s. 4 hits and wounding on 6s. 1 wound. We get an armor save, I think. Alright, final end of turn 1 for the Crimson Slaughter. As they storm the planet, make planet fall, and look to seize control of the defenses of the Dark Angels here on their recruitment world of Ignis. The Dark Angels have a small force stationed here, but they've rallied under command of Master Balthasar and look to hold out against the forces of Chaos. So they managed to weather the storm. Only the Dreadnought took a little bit of damage, but they're ready to make a counter-attack, activate the defenses of the fortifications. We'll see how the Crimson Slaughter handled that as we go into Dark Angels turn number 1. End of movement phase for the Dark Angels. The Dreadnought has moved behind the Bastion here. We need to wait for our enemies to get a bit closer before we can start stomping in. The Devastator squad has disembarked from the hatch up here to fire down upon the Crimson Slaughter. Everyone else staying within the building embarked upon the Fortress of Redemption. We've got 15 people who can fire out of it there. We also have our 10-man tactical squad and 5 intercessors embarked upon this building. So the 10 tacticals are going to be shooting out of it using the firing points. We're going to go into the shooting phase. Alright, so the Forged Fiend has taken 6 wounds from the supercharged plasma, powered up with the weapons of Dark Age stratagem. He's making 6 5-up demonic and vulnerable saves. Oh, passed 3, failed 3. So we dealt 9 damage. He is left with 3 wounds remaining after that onslaught of plasma fire. And that's only with 5 veterans, so we've still got a whole garrison of troops ready to defend the recruitment planet of Ignis to their dying breath. Alright, so the Hellblasters are going to fire in from their firing points. This time they're going to direct their fire into the Land Raider here. Double check the rules, we can't use the same stratagem twice in the same phase, so that's going to supercharge it and open fire now. 10 shots. Alright, so taking 4 wounds from the Land Raider, the 5 intercessors are going to shoot in and see if they can finish off the, what's that thing called? Forged Fiend. So they've got 7 wounds. We're looking for 5s, 7 hits, looking for 5s to wound. Not too bad. 4 minus 1. So the intercessors have made 4 successful wounds. Looking to finish off the Forged Fiend. So it's down to 1.
Down to 1.
Ah!
We're back up to 2.
Don't worry, turn's not over yet.
Put it back up to 2.
Bolt gun guys have shot into the Forged Fiend, dealt 3 wounds. We're looking for 3 3-up saves from the Forged Fiend, who was on his last wound. Oh, go on, mate. You go. Alright, final end of the turn for the Dark Angels, turn number 1. In this Planet 4 mission, right out of Chapter Approved 2017, the Dark Angels look to repel a planetary invasion by the Crimson Slaughter. Managed to take down the Forged Fiend, which is good, but it's more of an infantry killer rather than anything too risky. Biggest threat remains the Land Raider here, and the rest of the forces are going to start moving forward, coming in from reserves from the landing zone. So, preparing for attack. The buildings have been pretty weathered, but we're still in control. However, it is very, very, very early game. We'll see how things go. So don't go anywhere as we go into Crimson Slaughter, turn number 2. We'll be checking reserve rolls and kick it off. Alright, in the movement for the Crimson Slaughter, turn number 2. My opponent spent a command point to use a stratagem Rapid Drop Assault to bring in D3 units automatically. He's brought in the Chosen and the Possessed. Raptors moving up towards the Bastion. Land Raider as well, still on 4 wounds taken so far. Demon Prince flying in towards the Fortress of Redemption. And the bikers here moving up through the craters. About to move into the psychic phase for the Crimson Slaughter. No enemy psychers yet on the planet. Again, this has been a surprise attack onto a recruitment world for the Dark Angels, so it's not at full strength. So they're going to start suffering some penalties with the lack of a psyker here. Alright, so Demon Prince attempted to manifest Smite. He got the big Smite rolling off with a warp charge of 10. However, ended up blundering it. Perhaps it was seeing the visage of the mighty Dark Angels upon this fortress that scared him. Ended up only rolling a 1 for D6 smiting, taking out 1 of the Devastators. But we'll move into shooting phase for the Crimson Slaughter. The Land Raider is directing its 2 twin las cannon shots into the 4-man Devastator squad up the top of the fortress. 4 shots he'll be hitting on 3s. 4 hits.
Strength 9.
Toughness 4.
All hits, -3.
So that's 4 6-up saves. End of the turn for the Crimson Slaughter, turn number 2. The Dreadnought here tanked a hit, spent a command point on the Stratagem Duty Eternal from the Psychic Awakening Dark Angels book. Halved the Melter hit from 4 damage to 2, so he's got 3 wounds remaining. Elsewhere, not a lot happening across the table. The buildings are still standing strong. Forces are getting closer and closer, especially that Demon Prince that's looking a bit scary. So yeah, they're closer, well within range for all my units to shoot and start disembarking. Bunch over here that we might be a bit worried about. We'll see what happens as we go into Dark Angels turn number 2. Turn 2 for the Dark Angels, end of the movement phase. Here in this Planetstrike Mission, the Dark Angels recruitment world is under attack. They are holding fast against the forces of chaos. Master Balthasar has emerged to oversee the battle. Master of the 5th Company, he has fought tirelessly against the forces of the Crimson Slaughter and continues to stand defiant against them. A Primaris detachment has left the fortifications. 5 intercessors, Lieutenant, Ancient, and Master in Gravis armor have evacuated and look to hold this position here. Tactical still embarked within this tower, looking to fire from the firing points, and the mighty Dreadnought has stomped out. 3 wounds remaining. He's looking to take some traitors with him if he does end up dying. So ready to roll, go into the shooting phase for the Dark Angels, turn number 2. Alright, so shooting phase. Dreadnought managed to take down one of the Raptors here. Las Cannon has shot into the Land Raider and successfully wounded, rolling for the D6 damages, looking for a 6. Already used the command point too. Alright, so the onslaught continues as the Dark Angels fight fiercely for their for this planet. Hellblasters activating weapons of the Dark Age, supercharged their shots, have delivered 5 wounds onto the Land Raider. 6 wounds, saving on 5s. 2, so failed 4. 4 times 3 is 12. That's gone.
Yeah, that is true, actually.
Oh! Supercharged plasmas, weapons of the Dark Age. Dark Angels are descended from the First Legion. Experienced, resolute fighters, whole bunch of archaic weaponry at their disposal, and they've just used it to torch this Land Raider. Does it explode? Oh, it does explode. How far does it explode?
Within 6 inches.
Alright, fine. So end of a successful shooting phase for the Dark Angels as they hold off against the invading forces of the Crimson Slaughter. The Primaris forces managed to wipe out the attacking possessed that escaped. Well-placed shots from the weapons of the Dark Age ended up blowing up the Land Raider, and the possessed that poured out of it couldn't stand against the bolt storm of heavy fire from our intercessor squads. Across the battlefield, our veterans opened fire and wiped out 2 of the bikers, leaving the last biker champion on 1 wound. The Demon Prince is still good to go, full health, but their time is drawing nearer and nearer to a close. The fortification's still standing strong, heavily shaken, but still enough to weather the storm as the Crimson Slaughter's forces start thinning out more and more. About to go into the charge phase as the mighty Dreadnought stomps in against the Raptors. We'll see how he goes and wrap up Dark Angels turn 2. Alright, team, so just closing off Dark Angels turn number 2. The mighty Dreadnought of the 5th Company has stomped in, only managed to take out 1 more Raptor, so 2 more remaining. Combat is still locked. but there's still some more reserve forces to arrive for the Crimson Slaughter as we move into their turn number 3. So the final forces have deployed for the Crimson Slaughter. Everything is on the table as we go into turn 3 for the Crimson Slaughter. 5 Terminators and the Terminator Lord have descended from Deep Strike Reserve. So the remaining forces of the Crimson Slaughter have deployed to the planet, continuing this Planetstrike mission. The 5 Terminators, accompanied by the Terminator Lord, have dropped in from orbit, Deep Strike Reserve. The Demon Prince has flown into the courtyard occupied by the Primaris. They're looking this way. They're about to get a nasty surprise when the winged beast starts tearing in. Raptors have stayed locked in combat. The Chosen have moved forward, looking to join the fray. And my opponent spent his last command point to bring in remaining forces. The Chaos Spawn have moved, and Cranon has finally entered, accompanied by the Hellbrute here. And the lone biker here on 1 wound is racing forward, looking and pumping, swing his power fist to start demolishing the fortifications. He might as well make something before he dies. Yeah, that's our turn. That's the movement phase. We're going to head into the psychic phase. The mighty Demon Prince is going to unleash some devastation. Alright, so Smite from the Demon Prince going off. That's a single smite. D3 damages. 2 mortal wounds delivered. Nearest unit. Alright, so end of the shooting phase for the Crimson Slaughter. The Terminator is largely ineffective. All that fanfare, all that excitement when they dropped for nothing. No shooting from the Demon Prince, he's just getting ready to charge. And not a lot of anything else completed at all in this turn. So the Crimson Slaughter have been whittled down. The defenses of the Dark Angels have stood resolute in the face of chaos. But we're still too close to calling end of the game. Going to go into some fighting and wrap up Crimson Slaughter turn 3. Alright, and end of the Crimson Slaughter turn number 3. Largely ineffective turn for them. They have been pushed to the extreme brink. Oh wait, I haven't even attacked back with my guys. Alright, so 2 wounds remaining from the Demon Prince after that combat with the Master in Gravis armor. 2 intercessors, the Ancient and the Lieutenant. And yeah, that objective is held thanks to the objective secured rule. We've got that one, we've got that one, we've got that one. I'm going to deploy people from this hatch here so we can secure that one there. And just the one outside here as well. So it's pretty much in favour of the Dark Angels. We're going to make one final push and I think we can call it a game there. Stay with us as we go into Dark Angels turn number 3. Alright fine, so me and my opponent have agreed to call the game there. Heavy fire from the Hellblasters over here, wiping out the Terminator squad. These Raptors about to get stomped in close combat. They couldn't even finish the Dreadnought, who was only on 1 wound left. These guys too far away to do anything, too slow to do anything in terms of catching the objective wise. And Balthasar himself had strode down from the battlements of the fortress to slay the Demon Prince here. Alright, fine, so that ends Mission 1 of the Fall of Balthasar campaign. Mission 1, let's call that one Dark Vengeance. Master Balthasar strides down from the battlements, engages the Demon Prince with his Heavenfell blade, and smites it from this realm, holding the forces of chaos at bay, at least for the moment. Cranon the Relentless twirls his moustache, shakes his fist towards Balthasar, saying, "This is not the last you'll see of me, Balthasar." He's going to be back, lick his wounds and come back with more forces. And Balthasar knows this. Balthasar has been fighting him since Dark Vengeance. They have clashed repeated times. So Balthasar has called in for the rest of his 5th company to arrive. Also calling for support from the 1st company and the 2nd company. The recruitment world is not one to be lost lightly, especially the world of Ignis. Volcanic wasteland, perfect, trains resilient and hardy aspirants for the Space Marine chapter. So they won't let this one go lightly. But yeah, that's a battle report done and dusted. Dark Angels versus Chaos Space Marines. There's Sergeant Lazarus. Didn't do too much, but held his men accurate fire into the enemy. Yet to be promoted to the Master of the 5th, but we know that will happen eventually. But yeah, that was cool. Fortress of Redemption, I spent a bit of time getting that painted up, doing the details. We've had it on previous missions, but it was just black sprayed and this gold. So good to get that touched up, add a bit more quality to the channel this year. And yeah, exciting campaigns to come. Dark Angels for the next 5 weeks. We've got a Ynnari Slaanesh campaign. We've got Necron Genestealer cults on the way. So if any of that captures your interest there, whanau, go ahead and hit subscribe for more quality, well, I don't know, kind of low budget quality battle reports from a humble wargamer from New Zealand. Also provide other content here and there as well. But love the 40k and hope to inspire you guys, put these battles in place, hopefully gets you inspired to paint your own models, build your own armies, follow your own stories written by Games Workshop. But yeah, that's enough from me. Make sure you tune in next week, mission number 2. Can the Dark Angels hold off against the Crimson Slaughter? Or will they lose this planet? And will Balthasar lose his life in the process? The dice will decide, our strategies will decide. We just need to make sure that you guys are there to view and watch entertainment unfold before your very eyes. I am your humble host, the Moldy Wargamer. Hit thumbs up, give this video a like, share it with your family and friends, any wargaming groups you love, and I'll catch you next week. I am once again your humble host, the Moldy Wargamer. Thank you for watching. Ka kite. Amen.